Toys R Us. Thank you for jumping on board at this. I suppose it was a bit of an impromptu live, but there's just too much to say, to talk about before we waited until next week, because obviously I normally do them on the first weekend of the month. But yeah, way too much going on, way too much been leaked, way too much to talk about. I thought it would just be a great time to sit and chat with a lot of you about it all. So apologies, as I say, for anybody who's catching this afterwards or whatever, or because again I didn't really give it much notice, but I just prefer to talk about it this way rather than on them quick videos. Now there's a few of you there in the chat already, I can see, which is good. But like I've put in the title, I want to put this over to mainly you guys. I want to know, oh, Pete's jumped straight in. Perfect. I don't know how many people are going to be on, Pete. It's only just a very quick, well, it's not quick. I'm probably going to be on at least an hour and a half or so, but I just wanted, as I say, to start this off because we've had a ridiculous week of leaks, to be honest. And that's what they, of course, are. They are leaks. Obviously, JT Prime at some point does work in retail, I would think. Pete, I envy you, mate. I wish I was in bed. I'm tired. But, oh well, it doesn't matter. Everything's not too crazy at the moment, which is good. I'll have that, what's it called, Skywalk Puppy at the NEC as well, definitely this time, by the time it gets there. Right, guys, I've seen there's a few of you in there. No, still no retro leaks, so I still imagine that there's going to be more. This is again the topic that we're going to be discussing, what's been missed. So the crazy thing is, we've had Studio Series, we've had Legacy United, we've got, by the looks of it, they're going to move from Legacy into something called Power of the Primes, maybe, or Primes. Don't know too much about it. Obviously, we're talking 18 months, no longer than that. It's only February, yeah, so we're talking 22 months ahead. Darren Lee has jumped on. Darren, you've done an amazing feat. You've read all 320 of the comics in about 2 weeks, probably less than that, to be fair. So well done on that. There's a few more of them to go, and then I think, as I say, I'm going to go on to G2, and then we'll take it from there on to other things. I want to know what you guys are excited for, though. What are you guys excited for? Because I imagine a lot of people obviously really are. Me for Devastator, to be fair, and Superior. I don't know what it is. I think we all like combiners, and it's crazy that they've all of a sudden got a new one. And it's hippie. That was some of the 84 line. That wasn't. Yeah, that's pretty good. Silver Bolt, Aaron Lee. See, I've still got this one here. I still haven't even had a proper look at him. Still haven't even had a look. What's he saying? I hope Phil's jumped in as well. Well, there you go. What's this? If they're not doing me packaging, then it's hip. Then I hope we get some of the 84 line. That wasn't it. I think so. You're right, to be fair. There was loads. I don't know if Phil's managed to catch any of it. I know he's super busy with everything he does. So we've basically managed. All the deluxe Insecticons have been revealed over the next 18 months. I know that Venom was missing, but he was confirmed, obviously, in the latest, what's the word I'm after? Leak that we saw this morning. So we've got the Mayhem Attack Squad. We still haven't heard anything about the Wreckers, which they did. Remember the Wreckers capsules 2 years ago, and they massively hinted that they were going to do them again. But obviously, it doesn't look like they're going to get them anytime soon. We obviously had last year, we had the Chaos and Velocitron, which didn't do very well, obviously. But everybody's going to be really pleased that they get the chance to get a Cosmos this time. That's crazy. That whole wave is pretty much package refreshes, but it's brilliant. Oh, you found your posters, did you? I was going to have a tidy up today, but I just got so waylaid with the kids. Didn't have a chance to do anything between swimming lessons, football matches, and absolutely everything else that goes on. I intended to get the Primus review done as well. That's not done, unfortunately. He's just standing there. I've got a few saved. I've got a few reviews bagged. So there's always something, obviously, for you guys to watch. I was quite impressed with this guy, to be fair. Just ridiculous. These slow me down so much when it comes to reviews. They slow me down horrendously because they just take too long to transform and to negotiate, etc., etc. But not too bad, as I say. Phil, you know, I think you said obviously you're not doing a stall at the NEC, but are you going to come and say hello to us all? Because there's 4 of us doing tables. So for anybody who's watching this back at a later time, if you're in the UK, and you're not in the chat, then at the NEC on Sunday the 7th of April, myself, Pete, who's in the chat already, as you know you love it, Magnum Prime, who's not in the chat yet, and Simon UK Collector, who's not in the chat yet, we are all doing our own little stalls, so it's going to be a good day, to be fair, a good day. It's going to be an even better day if I manage to make more than what I spend. Oh, perfect. You're going to come. Yeah, it's a good day, to be fair. Does anyone other than Russ still have Transformers still boxed? I think there's, honest, in this chat right now, Darren, there's loads of people with them boxed. There's loads of people in this chat who's got them boxed. I think, as I say, it's when you start talking to collectors, that's what we do. We just keep them in boxes, although I've changed mine loads now. It's only my G1s that you see in boxes for me. The rest of the ones I have to open just because there's no space, and it's getting too crazy now. I mean, and again, especially going back to them lists, they're just too big. What I think a lot of people just, what's the word? I suppose they just cull the collection, and that's obviously what I've had to do with the movie stuff. But much to people again, like Brandon, like a few of the other people are in the, oh, I've forgotten his name, I won't mention. Aaron's had a few, loads of people who aren't in the chat right now, they've all profited nicely from me selling my movie bots, which is good. But yeah, I think we've all got to at some point. Enjoyed the booklets and the Italian ads. I'm glad you enjoyed them. I've got so many of them to do as well, Darren. That's what I think when I started this. When I started doing this, I wanted to do things that are slightly different. I didn't just want to do, to be fair, I wasn't even planning on doing many reviews. It was just mini showcases of figures. Cyberman's jumped in. Nice to have you, Cyberman. And then, of course, it went on to full-on reviews. Then it went on to news. Then it went on to updates. Then it went on to whatever. It went on to loads of things. And as I've said, oh, wow, we're coming up to the 4-year anniversary, to be fair. March is 4 years. That's ridiculous. Wow, didn't even think of that. When I started this 4 years ago, I never intended it to be what it is now, which it's great. It's weird, as I say, I'm standing in, it's not weird as in it's weird talking to you guys, it's weird that if you'd have asked me 5 years ago if I'd be standing in a room full of toys talking to people on YouTube on it, I'd have said, what are you talking about? But obviously, here I am. And it's great, and I wouldn't not do it. That's why I'm doing it now, and I'm probably going to do it next week as well, because it's the beginning of March. And I've still got my Street Fighter, Ken, glass. I wonder where Fungboy is. Everybody else said they'd jump in. So, Phil, are you after anything particular at the Toy Fair, or are you just going to be... Because obviously there's everything at this particular Toy Fair. It's hard to not spend. I think you do well with your Zoids, though. As I say, I think if you came and did a little store yourself, you do really well, because there's everything there. Comic Grimlock is coming, and Darren, there was a leak of G2 Grimlock, so I think we're going to get a bright blue version of that mould as well. Of the Studio Series 86, it looks like they're going to hammer that mould. At the beginning of April. What's at the beginning of April? Oh yeah, because of course we're going into thinking, I won't be. They're going to be all over the place now, Pete, to be honest. Main reason being is just everything's going on. Yeah, of course we'll have the NEC the next day. I'm thinking of bringing my little boy as well, to be honest, so no. Because obviously I'll be getting up. Last time I had to get up at like 5 a.m. To set off at 5:30 to be outside the gates for 6:30. I'll be looking for OG Black Arachne. Oh, Skywarp's going to be there. It's totally worth it. I mean, as I say, we've paid £65 for the stall each, but you fill your table, you put your racking on it, etc. Put your boxes underneath the table. Me and Colin take up so much anyway, it's crazy. He's got quite a lot to get through as well, so he's really looking forward to it, but I know he's going to buy straight away, whereas I'm hopefully not. Saying that, I've got somebody from Bear Caves. What's the word? He's got something saved for me already, which is crazy. Have you paid? Do you want the... It's all right, Pete. We'll sort it out on the day, mate. It's fine. It's no problem whatsoever. What we'll do as soon as they send, sure he's in as well. Perfect. As soon as I get the things, I'll in fact, I'll keep them again. Put them at Gatehouse. It works out. It's easier that way. When you pick them up there, because I'll probably be there one of the first. But yeah, you have to pay. Hi, Darren Lee. Loads of people in. See, I've gone too early. There's 9 people in. Sure, he's come. It's crazy the time frames as well that people are in. It has been a while. Sure, he jumps in now and again. All right, Darren, that's it. You guys have a good old chat. Pete, I've forgotten how far are you travelling down again? What time are you going to be setting off to get there for? I really need to put some cream on there. No one's talking about the things. I want to know what. I just think it's gone ridiculous, Phil. I think the leaks. I'm really pleased that they've obviously gone back to doing some combiners. I love that. I definitely think, wow, he's going to leave before me. That they're going to do. It's all going to be new mold. It totally is. There's no way on this planet that they. I don't think they dare, to be honest. Yeah, we're talking about the NEC. Sure, he's going to meet us up there. I don't think they're going to. I don't think they dare to repackage any of the. What's the word I'm on about? Combiner Wars figures. They've just moved on far too much. I was explaining this to somebody the other day because they were adamant that it'd be a Combiner Wars repaint for Devastator, and it can't be because it's obviously he doesn't scale. He doesn't scale with any of the figures that they've made now, and they've just moved on. I mean, as I say that. It's for a Titan and for the fact it's 6 Voyager class bots. I mean, it's very basic, very basic. My only hope is that, and this is going to be like a bit of a swear word to Pete, but I do apologise. I'm going to say it. I hope it's absolutely nothing like New Age. I hope it's nothing like New Age at all, and I hope it's a genuine, actual combiner, not a robot that you just stick the parts to, which is what the New Age version is. I was really disappointed with that. I thought it'd be much better. I think the individual bots are cool, and I liked some of them, but I really didn't like the Devastator because it was basically a robot that you just put the feet on and then all the other bits. So probably an unpopular opinion with him in the chat, maybe a couple of others. I don't know, Phil, I know you like New Age and that sort of stuff. Did you ever get to see a Devastator? I wonder what's your opinion on it, because for me, I was massively disappointed. Because the rest of the stuff's really good, but whereas with that, I suppose, to be fair, to get it in scale, they couldn't do it. The New Age did it to maintain. Yeah, I was just about to say. That's literally what I was saying. They did it to keep it the same height, which I get, because the cartoon, obviously, they all of a sudden go massive, which is cool. I like that, to be fair, but I didn't like the toy. Didn't like the toy. Are we all looking forward to the Missing Link convoy? Yes, we are. I'm very much looking forward to that. I've seen it started to appear in Japan already. Oh, there you are. Same thinking as me then, Phil. I've got both of them on the way. Robot Recruiter's got them as well, by the way, for anybody in the UK who's not got theirs pre-ordered as well while he's there. Missing Link convoy is going to be great, but I can't see them stopping at just one now. And again, that worries me because that means that of the molds that they've got, does that mean that we're going to get, not only we're going to get retro reissues of them, but we're also going to get Missing Link versions of them? And then again, where does it end? Because there's constant figures coming out. And again, I look around and I think, I don't know where they're going to go. I've made 2 attempts to take this down yet and still haven't done it, but I'm going to have to just take some time off work. I watched a Japanese video on it, but the figure device is cool. You just got to remember it's just Optimus Prime, innit? And I'll say mine's literally right here. So I know it's just, you can pull the legs a little bit further apart, you can bend at the knee or whatever. Gets a reissue based on Encore 20 as it has the cartoon head. I think with regards to that Skywarp, I'm pretty sure that we're going to get, because they've still got the molds. I think the big thing and the mainly obvious thing is whatever they've got the molds left of, that's the ones that obviously they've got the molds to Soundwave and to, what's the word, Blaster, because they just keep reissuing Blaster. And we know they've got the molds to Devastator because obviously they did Tonkanator a bit back. 2 of each ML Prime and Dark. I know it's nuts in it. 2 of each Missing Link Prime, and I will watch with English dub. Oh, the Beast Wars. Yes, I need to watch that as well. What was I talking about then? Yeah, so the figures that we know they've got are all the ones. I mean, the Seeker Jets would be interesting, but I wonder how much more that they could do to it, because they could probably put a knee bend in it, but they can't really do much because obviously the arms need to fold in to be the back of the jet, don't they? So I'm just looking at the Seekers now thinking, could they do Missing Link with the Seekers? The Seekers are massive parts formers anyway, to be fair, so I don't think they could really do that. I don't know. Soundwave, they could do it easily because he's got big long legs. Blaster as well, obviously. He's got big long legs. I'm sure they could just put an extra little hinge or an extra little swivel point in it. Don't know. Obviously, the one everybody wants is Megatron, and if anybody's going to do it, it'll be Takara, won't it? I think it really will, because they've got different laws. So everybody's waiting for Takara to see what they do, especially with the Studio Series 86. I recently picked up the originals of Leo Convoy and Big Mouth. Pete, they had both of them in the Space Bridge. They really did. One of them was sealed. Simon's jumped in, brilliant. Yeah, Paul had it sealed, and I didn't want to start buying it. And there's another chap who's on my Instagram, and he's offering me, and I don't know anything about it. He's got the Optimus Primal with the Master Seekers. No, I don't know what they are. I'm not sure what they are. I might, if you jog my memory, I might do. There's a clear called Skeleton Beast Wars or whatever it is, Skeleton Primal, and he's transparent. He's been offering me that, but I wouldn't know what to do with it. I'm trying to stay away from all the. I really want Magmatron though, only because I think it looks amazing. But I know the new one is obviously going to be better than the original, and because I've got no real affection for the original because I don't really know it, I just want the figure because I think it looks great. That's true. You did the right thing, Pete, because he had a lot of things, to be fair. I didn't really do a video because he hadn't really set up. Like I said, I think I told people he hadn't really set up. He had a few things go on in the run up to it, which meant that he couldn't get everything done what he wanted to. So I wanted to wait until he was ready. I mean, I still brought I brought the Siege Optimus Prime, the Cybertron, because I've got a sealed one and I needed a loose one, so I got the loose one so I could sell the sealed one. And then I brought, funnily enough, the RID Fire Truck Optimus Prime because I haven't got one of them and I need one of them before. HasLab, that's the other thing as well. I've got to back that. I'm definitely going to back the HasLab because I think they do look good, to be fair. So I didn't pick up too much. I'm on a massive hunt. If anybody can help me with this, I'm on a hunt for the mini spies. I think there's 2 I'm missing. I would love to know if Space Bridge could get a sealed Energon. Sure, you wouldn't. You'll probably be. He probably could find you one. Are you coming to the NEC? Sure. If you are, I'll introduce you to Paul because he's going to be there as well. And in fact, I can message him and ask him if he's got one, and he could take it there with you if you wanted. I've done that a few things with him. I've sent him a message and asked him to what's the word I'm after, to bring it with him to the NEC. That could be worth looking at. But yeah, I'm after the little mini spies. Do you remember the ones that came on the cards with the mini bots for G1? I still need a couple of them. And they, at the moment, are the right banes of my life. They're the ones that I'm really searching for, just because I want to get them before they all disappear. I wonder, there's loads of people here in the chat who are going to NEC then. Well, as I said to you before, Pete, I probably will take you up on most of yours. Currently having some health issues, so hopefully I'm better by then. Yes, Spanner does need a figure, Darren. You are completely true. Well, just going back to trying to make sure I get the name right. Oh, well, I hope you're there as well, sure. I hope you're okay, mate, on the mend or whatever. But again, you know, you're a channel member, so if there's anything that you want specific, put it in the most wanted, and I can always ask, and we can see if we can find it for you. I know obviously we're not a huge group just yet. It is still building, it is still growing, but obviously use it. That's what it's there for. That's what we've got the Discord for. We can all help, and you never know, you might find somebody in the group who might actually have one anyway and might sell it. I've found that a couple of times in groups that I've been. It's one of them silly sayings, isn't it? You know, it doesn't hurt to ask. So I think definitely sealed mag. Yep, I don't mind getting it. Sealed Magnus, was it? Just leave it a note, leave me a note, leave it as an actual comment so we can have a look, and I'll just message Paul, see if he's got one. I wouldn't be surprised. He's got so many things. It was crazy. So yeah, in his new shop, it's twice as big as the other one, I reckon. He's got everything in there. As I say, I'll do a full video when he's ready. Go down there again. We'll arrange it properly if you want through the group, Pete, but it won't be anytime soon because we'll all be skinned. and he says he needs 4 or 5 weeks anyway. He's got to put some more shelves in, he's got to get some more cabinets in, etc., etc. So it was still nice to go see him, because I think he's always I think he's a great guy, and I think he's always got some rare stuff. But obviously, getting the shop right was the big thing. There's too many characters in the Transformers universe that deserve figures and stories. I would imagine so. Skywarp, 100%. To be fair, I might not a spare one, but I might have one to sell. I could have. Did he say Superior? You did say Superior, didn't you? I can have a look. To be fair, purely because when I changed rooms, I had them all in completely different things. Princeton's jumped on as well. Brilliant. How are you, Princeton? But between me and Magnum, definitely. But now you've made it. Just I'll have a look for you. G1 Superior, because I've got loads of aerial bots and them sort of pieces. I presume you just after a loose one. The gift set's a bit harder to get, but I don't know. I'd love the box set of G1 aerial bots. It's crazy with all that. It is Princeton. That's what we're talking about as well. We're going to talk about the links. We've had a little talk about it, then we've started talking about the NEC. What are you? Big M's jumped on as well. Brilliant. So there's a couple of new people jumped on. It's still early days. I want to know Princeton and Big M's most looking forward to leak. What are you guys? What's your big thing? Because they've covered everything apart from the retro line, which Pete's pointed out. Big M, Princeton's in. I can't wait to see the deluxe Insecticons, to be fair, for myself. I just want to be a little bit out there. As I say, I want to be a little, because they don't get anything, do they? I said the combiners before you came on. They're my first priority. Definitely them. I want to see the combiners. I want to see a brilliant Devastator, because the Titan one's okay. The 13 primes is going to be interesting. This is what I'm going to ask you guys, because I really don't know much. I know it sounds terrible, but is the 13 primes mainly from the IDW universe? Because someone's talking about the fact that they're falling in the comic. I presume that's the IDW one with all the flames. Because if that's the case, I really need to get on with it and read them myself. I'm shocked to have had most of the Armada figures by now. Fans Hobby seems to be doing all the Armada figures. Yeah, if you're on about Armada, what we've had Armada Starscream, Armada Prime. We haven't had an Armada Megs yet, have we? Or Jetfire, or Overload. And I've seen them on the Fans Hobby website, and they all combine. So if they did that, that would be amazing. Oh, Tidal Waves Armada, of course, but I haven't even pre-ordered that yet either. I suppose the only good thing is about them going back and doing other toy lines is there's nothing actually new, because as you said, there's already too many. We had Megatron with Galvatron. I'm surprised for the area bots of G1 Superior. Can't wait to get a beta version. I wonder what Alpha Trion will be one. This is what I was discussing as well, Princeton, because Alpha Trion obviously had the Scourge mold in the Studio Series 86 Scourge mold. So it'd be interesting to see. Oh, there you go. Pete's taking some Armada stuff to the NEC. Good stuff. Someone else I've been talking to is thinking that the Primes is going to be the next gimmick, like the Junkins and the Fossilizers. And that, they're going to be able to come apart and all piece together and stuff. But I don't know if that's... Obviously, I've got no idea if that's true. Would that sound like something they do? I don't know. Optimus, nice to see you, pal. Well, not see you, like see you there. Obviously, it's not FaceTime. Yeah, the Covenant of the Primes. That's the book with the Autobot logo on the front. But I wanted that, and it's like 120 quid or something. Right, it's just flow. And let me see if I can catch up with this. I finally managed to get Legacy Tarn today. My concept Megatron. Very good. Tarn, obviously, I've got, which is amazing. Concept Megatron is in the post coming next week. Which is crazy because I can't wait to see that. There's 2 fans mode guns, isn't there? I think the repacks are brilliant. Yes, if Dave Pickard is here, because he doesn't talk on these, but he comments all the time, and he's such a nice chap. Megatron needs to be a gun mode. He's got to be a gun mode. Yes, I agree, Pete. But it's weird. I don't know. I feel a bit sorry for Hasbro in the situation that they're in. Because as long as I don't know. I mean, Phil, you sell toys. You've got a toy shop. how difficult is it now, you know, to license a toy gun unless it says Nerf on the side of it, which is someone else said. Someone said they just should literally do it. On the one side, it's, you know, the normal colour with it with like an orange stopper, but on the back have Nerf or something on it. I just wanted to, yeah. I think Pete, I think Princeton's exactly right. I think the fact that as long as, I know it's a get out of jail, but it's true. As long as he looks like he does in robot mode, then that's fine for me, because that's all I'm going to be. It's got to be a gun for me. I'm a G1. It's always going to be a gun. I don't even. It's weird because I like what's the word I want to write? The Netflix one is one of my favourite newer Megatron figures, just because in robot mode he looks great. Tank I don't really care for at all. The Super Megatron Generation Selects figure I love, but no, he's still. I've got a Siege one right in front of me. I think I've got about 7 or 8 uses of the Siege mold, including the 2 G2s. He's never going to be, and the Shattered Glass and whatever else there is. But because I grew up in, you know, when I was 5 in '84, so for me, Megatron will and always is going to be a gun to me. But that's just me. Doesn't mean to say that I'll boycott him if he's a tank. That's what we've been talking as well, Princeton. We're also thinking that, hoping that Takara does it, because then of course everybody can just import it, which it'll be a daft cost, but it doesn't matter because it's worth it. It's really difficult here in the UK because of the extremely strict gun laws. It has to be really obvious as a toy, like the classics version. I'm trying to keep up. It can't be replicated. Yeah, good shit, even if the tank's open. Yeah, that's another good point there that you've said there, Simon. Like if it's a leader class, let's just say it is a tank, but then, you know, you can pull all parts away from it, and all of a sudden it's not. It's, you know, it's a fan-made gun, like the Shockwave. I didn't see the Shockwave until obviously you stopped and had a look at it properly. It's a spaceship, but you literally turn it 180 degrees, fold the feet in, and it's a space pistol. So it's exactly what he looked like. In G1 they've very cleverly done that, but obviously with Megatron I don't think they'll be able to do it unless you pull parts off him. But saying that though, but I also like him as a tank. Optimus, it's, of course you can like him as a tank, and obviously please don't, you know, think that my word is gospel. As I say, it's not at all. It's just like you like him as a tank. It's just that it's just for me, it's like speaking to people who grew up during Beast Wars. You know, to them their Optimus Prime's a monkey, whereas to me he's a truck. We've all completely entitled to our opinion, so it's great that you've got yours as well. And please, you know, yeah, don't worry about it at all. There's loads of things that split the fandom round here, but for me, he is. I'm not saying I don't, as I say, like it as a tank. But I understand he can't be, and that's it. But again, as I say, I've got loads of Megatron figures that are tanks, so it's good, including the G2, the original one as well. I don't mind Megatron as a gun or a tank, yet both throughout G1. That's it. As I say, funnily enough, I'm looking right in front of me at my original G2, and that's a pretty cool tank. As I've just said, the Netflix one is one of my favourite versions of Megatron. It's better than the Bayverse tank, but I didn't mind that either. The Megatron in 2009, Revenge of the Fallen, I like that. No, Darren, don't start that, because Pete, who's got the Centurions logo, is going to jump on that straight away. Exactly, that's completely true. Surely everybody, the best thing about this is that we all like what we like, and that's what makes us all different. It's got to be Princeton. I was talking about that earlier. I was talking about how much they are going to hammer that particular mold, because they're going to reissue the Studio Series 86 version of him. There's obviously 3 versions already. Then there's the comic book one that's coming out this year, and then there'll be the blue ones. There'll be 5 uses of that mold already. And then I wonder if they'll do like a super select version of Scales of the Current Line. You know, like the rarer one, the turquoise version. Rumble is red. I respect that we all have our difference. That's good, Darren. It's good that we all, you know, everybody does. What was I saying then? Yeah, so if they do, they've got to do a blue one. I doubt it'll be the turquoise, but I'd love it if they did do a turquoise one. Yeah, Grimlock is ace. Grimlock, he's one of, funnily enough, I've got a few versions. This one isn't too bad, you know. Is it the Make Toys one or whichever one it is? You know, the Year of the Dragon, the 5-pack. Obviously it's a bit. It's not too bad. I just, as I say, did a video on him on the other week, but he's not too bad at all, to be fair. Much cheaper alternative than New Age, but he's a good figure. He's a good figure. There's a few of you jumping in now. I appreciate everybody who's here now anyway, because as I say, I literally only put this up, what, 3 hours ago, and and there's over 20 of you already, so that's great. The interesting thing, though, that I think that's come out of this as well, and I don't know if you realised, is obviously Target have cancelled all buzzworthy bumblebees, so they're just going to be all. There's not going to be any more buzzworthy bumblebees, and obviously the Velocitron line with Walmart didn't do very well. That's why apparently they cancelled all their orders, and apparently that is why you guys in America didn't get Cosmos and thingy. That's what I've heard. Did you have G1 Wheelie when you was a kid? Yes, I did, Shori. I wasn't one of these wheelie haters, so for me it was okay. Picked up the shut glass. My favourite Megatron design is the animated one. Managed to stop the original class and shop. It's long back. I guess if they twist my arm, I'll buy that mold for a 5th time. I'm down for the mob. It's true, isn't it? That's the same as me, Big M. I'm having them both. So that'll be the 5th time. What was I saying? Yeah, so apparently the Walmarts didn't do very well either. That's why they've had to wait, because obviously Cosmos was Walmart exclusive, so was Galaxy Shuttle Walmart exclusive. So they've had to wait however many years it is. Again, Phil, if you can jump in with your where we go of Cosmos, with your knowledge obviously on retail, if something is a store exclusive, how long does it have to stay exclusive? Because I think that's what the reason that they couldn't reissue the Cosmos is. What I've heard is they couldn't get any more Cosmoses done because it was a Walmart exclusive, and if they'd have released it in their own legacy packaging or something else, they could have got in trouble for it. So I wonder if they're the Dinobots. Hopefully, Darren. So basically that's what they've had to wait for. They've had to wait more than 2 years before they can reissue them all again, but they still might have to change something subtly. I heard, like, you know, maybe if it's some funny, for instance, the other Cosmoses, there's a Cosmos in Power of the Primes and the Cosmos in Combiner Wars, and there's just a slight subtle change in the color of the green. Excuse me. 3 years. See, there you go, Princeton. Perfect. That's what I think as well. That's what I've heard. You must have heard the same thing then. So it must be. I believe so. Yes, Optimus. This is again. I'm learning the same as you guys. I believe that you've got to. If it's a store exclusive, they can't release it anywhere else or mold it and repackage it for at least 3 years, because obviously it loses its exclusivity. And obviously what the store, Walmart in this case, was paying for, they were paying for some, it's true, Pete. They were waiting for that. So once the exclusivity lifts, then they're doing exactly what they're doing. I think it's all of wave 5 or whatever it is, apart from 2 figures. It depends on the license and the store exclusive offer. It's only be offered. Okay. So yes, so going on, so what we're saying there, so yes, the 3 year, that wave that I was just talking about, Cosmos is good fun, brought mine off Russ at the end. He said, yeah, he did. I had so many of them because everybody kept getting me to get them, and thankfully everybody who's in the chat now will obviously reconfirm that I didn't sell you them for any more than the actual retail price. I got them at normal price, because that's what I was getting them for. I'll be happy to finally pick up a Galaxy Shuttle. I love that figure. It's, even though it's weird because the head's exactly, I've got a right itch, sorry. The head is Galaxy Shuttle, but the rest of the figure isn't. It's, you know, it's a train. Galaxy Shuttle doesn't turn into a train. So for me, I loved it because of the original ones there. I loved it. They're also reissuing Crasher. That's the only one I've not seen. I've not seen a Crasher reissue. It's in the same line as, what's the word I'm on about? Everybody thought Dinobot wasn't coming, but we are getting a core Dinobot, and everybody thought Sure Shot wasn't coming, but we are getting them. And then the rest of the figures were all refreshes, weren't they? There was Tarn, there was Cosmos, there was Galaxy Shuttle, there was a few others. Which one's GoBots? Spacey, is that? I don't know GoBots, Darren. If Simon UK Collector was in, he'd tell me straight away. I presume it's their hovercraft version, isn't it? Is that the blue one, like Pathfinder? Because I'm surprised they haven't done a Pathfinder yet, like they did with the GoBots. Oh, the GoBots list was found as well, wasn't it? That was about 2 months ago for the GoBots. I think that's it. I'm sure it was. Space Shuttle. Oh, okay. I know, Russ. So I forgot about that list. That was only like a few weeks ago. But yeah, the GoBots list, we're going to get all them. All the Kingdom figures painted different colours. Spacey. Yeah, to be honest, Princeton, there wasn't many Bayverse figures at all, was there? There was a Scorponok repaint that's going to be double punch. The amount of people on TFW 2005 who had no idea who Double Punch was. And then again, to be fair, I got to hold my hand up when somebody said he's from Beast Wars. I was like, no, he's G1. But he is from Beast Wars as well, obviously. But that's just, I don't know any of the movie. Oh yeah, there's going to be a few movie leader figures, isn't there? But I think if you think about it, and if you really look at it, it's the weakest, as in, I suppose, the least amount released. There's hardly any figures coming out in the live action movie toy lines. Compared to Legacy, compared to Generations, compared to everything else, it's easily one of the thinnest lines. I'm quite curious to see them finish up on the G2 Stunticons, Motormaster, that mold, and the Bright Blimp. Yeah, it's, as I say, obviously we've got two already. So we've got Shadow Strip, we've got Dead End, Wild Rider. Oh no, Breakdown. Breakdown was confirmed in the new lists, wasn't it? So that would only leave Motormaster and Wild Rider. Only retails that use specific. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's see if I can keep the time with this. Tom Toys exclusive distributor only retails that use. I wonder if the Transformers 1 fix. Yeah, that's the other thing as well. There's a whole new film out at the end of this year, which again we don't know anything about it. We don't know anything about it. And I think Pathosis, the reason why they're taking their time is because I think they realise as well that they are being they are releasing too many. They're releasing way too many. So for people to be able to buy them and to be able to, like, you know, build a combiner and to collect it, a lot of people can't just go out and go, I'll have that, etc. So I think it's good that they spread it out. I mean, if you imagine if they just released all, you know, them all as one wave, all of them in one go straight away, people would be like, I think it would cause more hassle than it's worth. So although it's annoying, it can be frustrating that you've got to wait for each figure. At least if you know that there's only one coming out every 3 months, that you could, you know, you should, if you wanted to, and if you budgeted correctly, then you could get it, because otherwise it's nuts. And there is too much choice. We just said there, we completely forgot about the fact that Transformers 1. I don't know. Oh, is he? I might have to have a nose at that, because he's the guy who did all the artwork, didn't he? And I've mentioned him a few times. You guys have mentioned him, brought him to my attention more, to be honest. But that will be interesting. I need to do a little bit more promo as well for the TF UK Con, because there's going to be loads of the UK guys are there. Transformers 1 hopefully is going to be amazing. They've got no excuse. It's a cartoon, it's animated. Hopefully there's not too much of a human element into it, which there shouldn't be, because it's based on Cybertron, and of course humans weren't there. I hear Hatched coming back out, can't wait for him. There's a listing for Transgen Prime Deluxe Crash here. If it's a package refresh, it'll be the Velocitron one. Someone else taught me that. What type robots, Jericho, space over there. He's on like 7 p.m. Central Time Zone. What time is it now then, Princeton, where you are, so I can work out how many hours it is afterwards, after this, so I can either watch some of it or put it on loud. I don't know, to be honest, Pete. I've got no idea. I think they're just gonna call me up and ask me a load of questions. Just probably like what you guys ask all the time anyway. So in 2 hours time, okay, perfect. Thanks for that, buddy. Yeah, I'll still be up then, and I'll probably be signing off about then actually anyhow, so that'll be good, so I can go from there to there. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't know. They've just, I know that it probably won't be very big because it's only a day, and they've really filled up the day already. I've been part of the Bob Budiansky interview. We've done that, which is good. Actually, to be fair, Chris McFeely's there again. He's great. He'll do another talk. And then, of course, they've got the guys from the UK Comics who are there, and they've been at the last few. And they're just normal, lovely guys. They sit there on a table as well. I've ended up buying so many extra comics, even though they've already got them, just because they're there and it's direct from that person. So I think it means, that little bit more. I think the big thing is that I agreed to take some of the figures with me. So I think a lot of people are excited for that. So he's going to start a poll soon of what people want to see. So for instance, if people want me to bring Shining Magnus, I'll bring Shining Magnus. If people want me to bring a few other things, I did, mate. And he said that they one's blue, but they wouldn't have it. Hope as we will do more Japanese. I think so too, Princeton. Yeah, Bob was really upset that he had to change the names. He told me personally, never been to a convention, would love to go to some. You've got the best ones in America, Darren. They're huge. This one coming up, the first weekend in March, this weekend, no, 2 weeks. They're calling it the G1 reunion, the TF UK Con in Orlando. It looks amazing. Everybody's there. Absolutely everybody's there. So if I could afford it, and if I didn't have 3 young kids, I would probably be there, to be fair. Because exactly that, there's everybody. Bob knows the names of his children. Bob didn't make them. Oh yeah, of course he did. Bob always preferred the blue, though. He told me that. As I say, you'll see it in the interview. He said the blue was very befitting on him, especially from the cartoon. That's why he told them to do it that way around. What was you on about there, Nick? Pete's thrown me off track. I've been talking, waffling rubbish. Oh yeah, TF UK Con. BotCon's coming this summer. I might go to that one. Did you go to any of the ones before Princeton? Because I've heard, obviously, that I don't know if it's true that they're not as good as they used to be. I can't comment. I never went to any. Same as I can't comment if Auto Assembly was better than TF Nation, because I didn't go to any of them either. But I'm surprised Brandon's not in the chat, because I'm definitely thinking of doing perhaps the whole weekend for this August this time, because it's not too far. I could literally go there, then still come home, and then go back again early in the morning. Not been to any of the cons yet, so that's a surprise, actually. I thought maybe a bit like myself, just didn't need to go to them, which would have been good. I might hit up BotCon. It's only see, that's good. If it's 2 hours, it's not too bad. I'm really lucky that as I say, the main one in the UK is in Birmingham, and that's about an hour. If about an hour with traffic, without the traffic being awful, which it is all the time now, it's a bit less. But there's one in Manchester. I hope that is true, Darren. I hope that is true. But it was out 2 years ago, because obviously that was it. No, it wasn't. I can't think when it was, but it didn't make its way again to the UK. We checked and we were going to do something again with just to go and watch it, but it didn't appear anywhere. To be honest, it didn't appear anywhere at all. I hope it does, though, as for obvious reasons, because I haven't seen it on the cinema since I was 7. And I think it do really well. I think that there's enough fans now, even if even if it's not Bayverse, I think people would still go and watch it, purely because they'd fill it with loads of like fans like myself. I'd take my kids straight away, of course I would. And I'm sure that even though like Riley's seen it however many times, 50, 60 times probably already, Darcy's probably seen it once or twice, but to see it on the big screen, that's what's about, isn't it? The great big screen. It would be really, really good. I would love them to do that. We've discussed this on here a few times. So if anybody does know about that, or if anybody does find out any information regarding a reissue, then definitely let us know. Especially in the UK, because if it happens in America, then hopefully it'll happen over here as well. Oh, there we go. So on the list as well, I was also intrigued to see Galvatron. I know we've just talked about Megatron, but if you think about Galvatron as well, they've hammered that mold, and all I can see them doing with that is just making it a lighter purple. What do you guys think? We've obviously got the Kingdom one, which was dark purple. Then we had the Legacy one, which was without the battle damage. We obviously had the Behold Galvatron, the translucent one, which that's an amazing figure. And then of course we had the Generation Select one. Sure, no problem, matey. I'll be doing another one in the next week or 2 anyway. So this is, and I say this was just really impromptu. So I just decided to do it this afternoon after I knew that I could. So yeah, thanks for jumping in. What's everyone's take on that, on the Galvatron then? Do you think it's enough of that mold already, or would you think that they could do another one with the lighter purple, like a Nor colour? Because he's really dark, isn't he? I'm just looking at mine now, and he's really, really dark, whereas the other one, it must be, if it's got to be lighting. Yep, you will. You'll catch us all next time, buddy. Do good night, people. There he goes. It's nice that you pretty much all know. Yeah, it's good that all in the chat you get to know each other as well, which is another reason why I do this. Because although you can straight reissue, I don't. I think it's because it's Studio Series 86, so I think it's got to be a different color, hasn't it? Like I say, he's much darker in it. The Kingdom mold is fantastic. As I say, I've got I can see two of the versions I've got in front of me there. I think that's Legacy. Oh no, they're both there. Legacy, Kingdom, and the other one's up there. I don't know where my select one is. It's somewhere. I need a better one than the Titans. Yeah, Darren. Honestly, the new version makes the Titans Return one look like 100 years old. And I've got the grey comic one. I don't think that they can improve on that mold. I was thinking the same, Simon. I think the mold's perfect. I just think, unfortunately, it is just going to be a straight up. It won't be a package refresh. Obviously, it's going to be 86, but I think it'll be a lighter colour. I think it'll be the same sort of purple as Nor or as Starscream's cape, because it's just lighter, isn't it? I can't see them. Is there anything you think, any gimmick, any accessories that perhaps that he's missing? Because he comes with everything. He comes with the Matrix chain, he comes with a gun, he comes with the two blasters which make a ship. I can't think of anything else that they could do or put with him. And again, apart from change the colour. So, and then does that mean that they'll do the same with Rodimus? Does that mean that they'll do Rodimus? Because again, that's a new mould. Windcharger, you all right, buddy? You haven't really missed much, mate. We've just been talking little bits about, of course, the leaks. And what we think they're going to do with some of the figures that we've only seen recently. That could be good. That could be a good idea. Bombshell is coming on A to Z list. Honestly, Darren, my son has Titans Garvin. He's got the Legacy one and replace it. Massive upgrade. Or Starscream, no different at all. Skywarp 7, he was no different at all. All they did was they just gave him a cape. Did they actually, now I've said that, they might have done something to his hands. I don't know. Maybe they made his fingers. Let me have a look. I think there was something where the fingers move. I don't know if the Earthrise is the same. I think they just made the fact that his fingers, you could open and close them. But correct me if I'm wrong, guys, because I don't have the Earthrise one. Because this is exactly the same. Paint on the hands. So it was the paint on the hands, was it? Did they open on the Earthrise one as well then? I don't know. Just cape and opening hands. Yeah, there you go. Extra gun. Didn't Starscream get a throne? Yeah, he got the throne, but the toy. No, I haven't found that out either, to be honest. Any guys in the UK chat, where do we get free comic book on Free Comic Book Day? It does look like a bit more flat. Look like a cell shaded, perhaps. I don't even know if, I mean, comics in the UK, although I don't know too much about them, they're nowhere near as big over here as what they are in the US. In the US, comic books are huge compared to what they are over here. Can't wait to see prototype mock-ups of the new Constructicons. That'll be the ones. I think they'll sell the best, to be fair. I think everybody loves Devastator. How do you afford my collection? I had most of it before. All my G1 stuff I started buying from the early 2000s. The newer stuff that you see me, there's a free comic book day. I've been doing it on the videos, Pathosis, but I don't know where we can get one in the UK. I'm just answering Windcharger's question now. A lot of the newer figures that you see, like the third-party ones, a lot of them aren't mine. A lot of them are being lent to me by people. And to be honest, as we've discussed, I suppose that's probably what you have missed, Windcharger. Buying and selling, just simple buying and selling. Do you have a comic shop near you? I used to have free comic day when I was... Maybe there is one then, Pete, I don't know. But yeah, Windcharger, we were just talking, me and a couple of the people in the chat, we were going to do a stall at a big toy fair and just sell things on. So I tend to just, I think Windcharger, because you've joined the channel quite late, if you watch some of my older videos, I am going to do them, Darren, yes, afterwards. If you look back at my old videos, I've got like all the movie figures, like nearly all of them, but most of them now I haven't got. I've sold them. So it's just a case of buying them as everybody else. I think that's how most people fund their collections, because I've got no trust fund. I haven't won the lottery. I've got 3 kids, I've got a family, so I don't get to buy everything that I want. Hence, that's why I haven't got the Nemesis. That's why I haven't got many Masterpiece figures, and just that, as I say, just normal. Although it doesn't come across when you see all these here. Same as anybody who's got a huge toy collection, unless they have won the lottery. I think just, we're just deep down just normal people. I've just shifted a few things on, how it all moves. But I don't really drink or smoke either, so I save my money. Yeah, that's it. I had a complete wall full of it, like loads of it, and most of that's gone. It's dwindled right down to I've only got Rise of the Beasts figures, and I've got a few sealed 2007 figures, but even them, I'm selling them to people in the, what's it called, on the Discord, because I give obviously channel members first dibs on everything I've got, and from the Discord, Tyler and Brandon have got most of that wall was Bumblebee. No, they've got first dibs on them all, so most of them are going, and then all I do is I just do that, put the money back in to get these and to buy new things. Skybound issues 1, 2, and 4 today from a local comic shop. I haven't read them yet, Simon, but I've got 1 to 5 of them. All right, Fungboy's jumped in. I've got 1 to 5, and I've got all of Void Rivals, but I've not even touched them. I'm going to save them for probably when the G1 finish, because what I might do is do the G2, then do the IDW, and wow, see if you can get one then. I'm going to have a look at Forbidden Planet, because I spend enough of them at the moment. See if they've got one. I don't know. I don't know anything about. All I know is I've been reporting on Free Comic Book Day, so it'd be nice to get a free one. So I think I'll definitely look into that. That was a good question, though, Windcharger. I get that asked quite a lot, to be fair. So it's no secret. It's just I'm 45 in 2 weeks. What's the date today? 24th. I only have issue 1 my comic book, so I didn't get the rest, and they never had any of the Void Rivals. I'm really glad to hear that, Darren. That's really good. It's nice. I know that a lot of people say to me, that they've spurned their interest, or they've not spurned. What's the word I'm after? Started it. I can't think of the correct word I'm after. It doesn't make a difference, but you know what I mean. That I've sparked. That's the word. Sparked their interest. Got them back in figures. Got them buying their old ones again. But as I say, I was really lucky that way before I started YouTube, I had pretty much all of this. I'll be 52 in 3 months. There you go, Princeton. So there's a few. We're all getting on now, and that's another reason, Windcharger. I don't mean to say this with any disrespect at all. I say it more in, how old are you? Because I get that a lot. I get a lot of people who are like, "Oh, how do you get all this?" But like, we're all in our 40s, 50s. We've been collecting for ages, so it just happens, as bad as it sounds. As long as you've got a good, trusting partner and family, and they put up with it, shall we say, if you buy 10 figures a year and then you get gifted a couple for your birthdays, in 5 years' time you've got, loads of them. 40-10, no way, Pete. 40-10. I didn't think you were that old. And that's just how collections grow, don't they? They just start off. I mean, same as, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way either, same as my missus's handbags and everybody else, all the females that I know. Say everybody's about the same age. It just happens. You just buy something, you keep it. You buy something, you keep it. Michael Swain sells old stuff. That's why I get my first issue in second. We haven't got a comic book store in Telford. We've got Forbidden Planet, but that's in Birmingham, and it's too far to go for a comic. I'm the same age as you, Peter. Wow, Fungboy, I didn't know you were that old either. You can tell anyhow, as I say, you can tell by the people, especially in the people who leave the comments and all that. Most of you guys, you always put like, I had this. So of course you've got to be of a certain age to have this, the movie ones, like all the new guys. You probably are Windcharger. Yeah, that's it. We are doing. Whoa. I just read Princeton's. I love it. That's great. We're exactly that. Pagetta, exactly that. Or is it Pat Jetta? How is it pronounced? Pat Jetta. I was 41 in Jan. I'm lucky to have a 10-year-old son. That's the thing. Oh, that's so true, Simon. The amount of people who I speak to who are like, I'm into it, my son's into it, etc. So if you know, the collections just blow up that way. Darren's an older as well. What's the rarest thing in everyone? That's a great question. Pat Jeter, perfect. Thank you. No, I won't get it wrong. Again, Winchard, the answer you're going to get to that depends on your location, because different people who live, you know, in America. Some of the things are really easy to source, whereas some things over here aren't. I've managed to rope my son because he loves trains and planes. Perfect, Fung Boy. I've met your son, obviously, and he's again, you can get him on the train bots. Talking of which, Phil, I've got the guy opened here, but I've still not done the video. Just again, they're just so fiddly, but they're cool. I like these. I live in New York. Horrible disruption. This guy's going to be. I'm holding out for the combined mode. I'm really holding out for the combined mode. I like the sword though. I was really lucky with mine, and I don't know if anybody knows the story. So I work most evenings, to be fair, and my wife sent me There's a storm here. Sorry, guys, there's a storm. That's it. It's come back now. What was I saying? Sorry to hear that, Darren, but I'm glad that obviously you did use Transformers for other things. What was I talking about then? Can't think. I'm holding out for the combined mode, I think I was saying. Because I just love riding. The other ones are okay. I think the other ones, I don't know what happened there, Pete. It's horrendous here. The weather again in the UK is awful at the minute. Awful. So I don't know what happened. The train bots are good. They just don't think they deserve to be masterpieces. I think there's too much going on with them, as in there's too many panels visible, etc. I'm looking at Shuki and the rest of them there now. The Moon Studios, I know a few people who've got them and they look good, but it's just, again, some of the figures are so complicated. You can't just pick it up and do a quick review, which I would love to do, but he's going to be good, I think. Again, when I build him up, I don't know where I'm going to put him, to be honest. I found an easy alternative to transforming the train bots. What's that? Not to bother. We'll watch someone else. You need to upgrade to fibre to fibre. I'm supposed to have the best. Throw it to the wall. I'm supposed to. I don't know what I'm on this stupid fibre broadband, but also, Peter, I'm in the 3rd floor, aren't I? So I'm completely up at the top. No team reviews. Give him your condolences. Oh no, sorry to hear that. That's a shame. That's a shame. I'm not sure who he is, but I'll pass on my condolences if I pop him. I'll find a video and just tell him that, because that's not nice. That's horrible. Oh dear. No, the train bots are okay. The original ones are a lot of fun. The masterpieces. I know that again they're splitting the fandom because they could be better. I think again because Takara. That's what I was talking about. The fact that I think it does, Simon. I ended up with the Scooby-Doo lunchbox. I would have set off a GoBots one back then. Scooby-Doo. I think I was saying there about Fungboy and the fact that his kids, you know, like the trains and whatever else, and that's perfect if they're into that. You can just drag them into Transformers really easy without even trying. Especially with dinosaurs as well, you know. Transformers covers all bases. You've got dinosaurs, you've got trains, planes, vehicles, everything. But then, as I think it says in the book Legacy about the boxes, the fact that you've got these cool vehicles and stuff, but they're also robots as well. So the fact that they do that, it covers everything, and that's obviously why they're still as popular as they are 40 years later, and they're still making them. They're still making them now. But I know I keep saying this, and I really do hope they don't do a G.I. Joe crossover movie. Keep G.I. Joe separate. Just the G.I. Joe movies suck. They're not very good. And the Transformers ones aren't always the greatest, but they're better than the G.I. Joe ones. So as long as they don't, I really don't want it. I just don't want it. Even Toy Gut. It's very true. See, there you go, Pete. Very true. I don't know about your guys' opinions. I know that a lot of people do like G.I. Joe, but for me, as Darren's found out reading their comic books. I didn't even read them as a kid. I don't read them now. I just gloss straight over them. Oh right, okay. What's the rarest thing? I think because we've done it a few times, Wind Charger. To be fair, I think on a few of the other earlier streams, everybody's talked about it. Pete said he's got some Centurions. I go through Transformers. I'm going through the Power Rangers. The Tiger's Order is pretty good. Tiger's Order is very good. Yeah, they were just combiners as well, weren't they? I'll answer Wind Charger's question. I think I have done before. It's either Black Zarek, I think nowadays, or Big Powered. One of the two. I've met a few, Princeton. As I said, I've met a few. I've met Thew, obviously a few times. He's really nice. I thought he was American though. I literally did. I thought he was American. Didn't realise he was UK. There's another really big one in the UK, but nobody's ever seen him out anywhere because he I don't know. We all know who he is. He deals in things that he shouldn't have. Cheers, Phil. Thanks for jumping in. I'll see you. I'll see the NEC, Phil, unless I see you beforehand. I don't really know any others, and I know I say this a lot, but I don't get time to watch any other people. There's a couple of YouTubers in here from Power Rangers Samurai is basically a retool of Over Canadian Slag. Ah, you've got the Canadian one as well now, have you, Pete? That's a rare one as well. I've got him, but yours is probably better than mine. I bet yours has got, is yours complete, Pete? Mine's just the body. Just like the cartoon I made, just a bit invisible to others. Good night, Phil. Good night, Phil. Is your Canadian, is the Canadian one, has it got? Did you? I think you did. I didn't put mine out. Is yours complete? Does his name rhyme with lime? Pure is like, yes, that's it. Someone called him Crime versus Crime, and that's better. But no, I've never met him in person. And the ironic thing is that when I did start, he actually sent me a message on my Instagram. Nothing mega, just TRQ did Gavin Spence. No, I don't know who that is. I'm sure I'll probably meet him soon though, because I'm going to go to the 2 conventions this year. Yeah, as I was saying, PvP commented on one of my, I think they're difficult to think. Yes, they're a different colour. I had a Mail Away 2007 Ravage figure and Repugnus Guy Ravin. I don't know who that is. And he commented on it because he'd never seen one before. And then I replied to him, and then that was it. Never heard of him. Scottish bloke, yes. I've met Thew a couple of times, yeah. Thew's he's small like me, which is quite interesting. He's not a big bloke at all. He's a lovely guy, to be fair. Yeah, met him twice, but I don't know how many's in the UK. There's probably way more than what I know. I tend to know more. I say I tend to know more. I don't really. I'm really bad for it. I'm really bad for yeah, that's awful about TMO reviews. White plastic versus black. Yeah, they're chromed, but I'm a sticker. I'm really not useless, just too busy. Like during lockdown, I used to watch a couple of Patriot Primes. I watched a few of his videos, and then we ended up chatting. Kato, now and again, I watch a few of his things. That toy guy, to be honest, I didn't really know much about him, but met him at TF Nation, got on really well with him. He's a really nice guy. Same as Diamond Bolt. All these other guys who do all these other things. What was really weird is they knew me, and then I felt really bad because I didn't know them, because I don't watch their stuff. I don't get time. I've seen him doing that. I really hope that he gets something going off the ground with that, because it's annoying. I mean, it's annoying. It's bad enough that we get the leaks, but at least the leaks are just names. It's like, it's bad enough when you get a name and then he's already got it. As somebody put in one of the comments that how rare is it? A G1 Nightbeat unyellowed. It's not super rare. In the middle. Russ is cool. I recently found this channel. I like his. Anyway, thanks, Deceptor. That's nice of you to say that. Listen, watch Radio, Free Cybertron, Brian Kilby, etc. No, I don't know who they are either. Going back to the Nightbeat question, it's not too hard. I don't think they do get them, but I love Nightbeat. That's one of my favourite figures. Super basic, but one of what put my really fond memories as a kid, if you know what I mean. It's funny how what you like. Scottish English, is there a difference? Just kidding. I don't, as I said, I don't really watch him, even if complete. Now you see, now you're talking something slightly different because the small head guns can cost 30 quid each. The small pretenders have just gone nuts at the moment. The reason why I don't like it, Pete, is because they're obviously nicked, and I know it shouldn't bother people, but it's like it shouldn't. It's still stealing, isn't it? Whether he stole it or not, he knows it's stealing. So that's the only reason it sort of bothers me. And I don't really talk about it, to be fair, because I don't want to. He's trying to review to US fans, and it's bothering people. So that's up to him. And it's up to him what he does. It's obviously he gets away with it. He only puts videos up privately now, Darren. I don't know why. I spoke to him in depth at TF Nation, and again, he was another bloke who reached out. We started chatting quite a lot during lockdown because he was one of the ones I used to watch a lot of. I intend to watch the ones that are considered more boring with extensive guides and variants in distribution history. Who's all that then, Pathosis? I don't know. You show his photos in your new. I do sometimes show his photos. That's it. But I don't watch the videos. I'll sometimes, but I only show like a couple of them. I deliberately try not to not to show a lot. It's weird though. I don't really want to get caught up talking about him because it's weird because some of the stuff gets taken down and some of the stuff doesn't. So that's all I'll say on it. It's very, very, very strange. And that's all I'll say in it. It's as I say, as Pete said, sometimes I've used his photos. In fact, not sometimes. A lot of the time, I end up using his photos because that's where the figure you'll first see it from. If it's not him, it's Megatron, or it's the other one. There's another guy now who's quite prevalent with them. And the other thing as well, like loads of the figures then appear on eBay. So there's a few of them out there. I like to see his early reviews. How does he get away with it? That's the thing, Simon. We don't really know. And like that TF Talk Raw that you mentioned about, it gets under his skin so much that he goes absolutely mad. I think it could be Tonton. But for me, it bugs me a little bit. It bugs a lot of the YouTubers. And the reason why it bugs a lot of the YouTubers is, of course, let's be honest, it's all about money. It's all about the hits. It's all about the fact if you get the video up first on a figure, then you get more views on it. So that's why they do it. That's why they pay all the money for it. He doesn't steal them directly. He gets them. No, he doesn't. He pays people to steal them for him when charged. Apparently he's been found out. Apparently they've got all this evidence of everybody. It's something to do, and apparently it's that big. And I know Pete maybe knows a bit more about this, and Fungboy does, but it got so big in the early 20 teens or whatever it was that Hasbro had to move factories because everything was being nicked. Yeah, he is. He's making way more money than everybody reviewing the figures. But yeah, it got to a point where Hasbro moved their entire their workforce, because the workforce was that corrupt. They were selling all the figures and leaking them to YouTubers. He makes a fortune from them. You can check how much he's making on Social Blade if you want. It tells you. Does he get access to HasLab figures? No, he doesn't. Fungboy, where can I find the TF talk about PvP? I'm sure Fungboy will put it in the comments or something. The weird thing is, guys, as you say, he doesn't get... All I'll say to you, and this is what I've been asked, is that I've been lucky enough to be in a couple of roundtable meeting with Hasbro where they've been showing us products before they come out. I've been lucky enough to pretty good. What's the one? I'm just answering yours then, Pete. I've been lucky enough that they've actually sent me stuff, and the thing is that when you get sent them, in fact, I'll get next live I do, I'll show you because I'm allowed to. I'll show you there's like a placard, like a script, or like something that you've got to say if a company is sending you something for free, a spiel, whatever you want to call with it. It's, you've got to literally, it says, this is from us, please mention da 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 da. And I've got one, as I say, when they sent me all them Rise of the Beast stuff. And of course, they're all in the boxes, they're all packaged, they're all neat, whereas none of his are. And as I say, the amount of people who I've now spoken to in there, and of course, I don't work for Hasbro either, by the way, and this isn't their opinion, this isn't them saying anything, this is just me. I've spoken to them, they don't. As in this is me just talking. Of course, they know of him, but he definitely doesn't work for Hasbro, and sometimes it baffles them as well. I think that's all that we can. I know that they took the Snarl video down. I know that they definitely got that one taken down, and I'm pretty sure they got a couple of others, but I don't know why how or why they can't get them all taken down. But yeah, if you get anything from any company, like when I did the YOLO Park Megatron, they sent me that, and I had to say at the beginning, you've got to say it's from. And same, sometimes with if anything's sent to you for free, then it's usually written into the whatever it is that the reason why they're sending it you is so you will advertise it. Social Blade says that you're a millionaire. I wish. I wish. Social Blade should, if it's true, it doesn't even cover my toy bill, but it doesn't. I don't do this for the money. I do it for what I'm doing right now. I'm really lucky that I've got all this. I used to watch Pew a lot back in the day, though. Possibly in network. What's that? I don't know what that is. Social Blade's interesting. It is interesting. I used to use it to just to see how I was doing and how I was performing, because everything like that's interesting. Net worth. Well, I don't know what your question was. Net worth. Oh no, my iPad's gone off, so I don't know what you just said. Sorry. You might have to put that again. I think I'd say I think anything that's interesting. I think you've still got to do sort of like look at things and how you're performing. Like I said, I don't do this. MGO I've watched a couple of times. I don't do this. If it was like my full-time job, I'd probably take it. I don't want to say that. That sounds bad. If it was my full, I was going to say like take it more seriously, as in I'd spend more time on the videos. If it was my full-time job, I'd be able to. But I do it exactly like now. I do it because I really enjoy it. I like the MGO, Darren. MGO's 3060 is fantastic. MGO, I don't really watch his reviews. I've used his exactly what Simon's just put there. I've used MGO for a couple of figures because I've just jumped onto the third party band. Well, I say jumped onto. I've been on it a year nearly now. But some of the figures that I've got from people which they've sent me, like some of the old Fans Toys ones, I've got a few of them, and I've just watched his videos for them. He's dead good at that. He is dead good at that. Just transform. Yeah, exactly that. He has videos for just it. It's perfect. And it works, and that's why I do mine. It makes a lot of sense to have Hasbro do that, give creators fixed promote. It does, as I say. I mean, all the people that I've spoken to, they've always been, as I say, great. But they don't directly. Hasbro don't directly sponsor any YouTubers in the UK or in America. Sometimes they send figures out. Rodimus Primal, I've spoken to him a few times. Like he got the same box set as me. Deluxe Baldwin, he does all of the legends. It's the modern business model with a lot of business on YouTube. Yeah, that's of course it is. People send things out. In my real job, which is a personal trainer. I don't use it anymore, but it's still there. I got hacked ages ago, so I just leave it there. But in my with my Instagram for my PT, I was getting sent things, protein shakes, clothing, and all that sort of stuff. And again, you've got to, if they're sending you stuff, the least you can do is give them a shout out, give them a call out, wear their clothes, whatever. No, Anytime Fitness is just a gym that I'm freelance, but the gym that I work at is there. So it works really weird. I get asked this all the time. So basically, I suppose it works. I don't know how everything works in America, but in the UK, what we do is I pay floor rent. So because I don't own my own gym, and I don't want to, maybe I'll get it put in a cupboard and get it signed. Sorry, that's a separate question. So because I don't own my own gym, I pay floor rent, so I just use their premises. That's the way it works. Same as like I suppose a hairdresser. If they don't own a salon, they can pay chair rent and just pay for the chair that's there. Revenue from Hasbro if you get toys, I'll promote. No, 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 not at all. I think all they do is they just. What was I going to say? You put me off there, Pete. No, we don't. They don't get any revenue. They sent me they sent me them figures and just said basically they're there for you to enjoy. Make sure that you know that you tell where they come from. You have to say that they've been gifted by Hasbro, or whoever's sending it you. And of course, why wouldn't you? You know, that's something that I was really proud that when they sent me something. YOLO Park sent me that Megatron. I was really proud that they sent me that. So for me, um, yeah, you completely agree with you there, Deception. So, you know, why would you not want to tell people? You know, you want to tell people straight away. You want to be like, this is amazing. They've sent it me. So that's another reason, obviously, why you know that he's not official. And that's why I can't believe we're still talking about him. But yeah, that's that's the truth. That's what it is. If you get sent anything, I'll have the card ready for you next time when I do the next live. I'll dig it out. It's in that room there, and I don't want to go off and try and find it. Um, because I think even you know in this day and age, because I still laugh that I am just I don't count myself as anything special in anything. I'm good at my normal job because that's what I do. This I enjoy doing. There's way better people out there than me. There's people who've got all the special this, that, and all the others. So it's nice to be recognised in whatever that you do. So for me, yeah, I'd be telling everybody as soon as anybody sends me anything, I'd be like, Eastman's on, which is great. Bob is the Godfather. Yeah, get him to sign loads of stuff. What I would suggest, Windcharger, is don't get him to actually sign the comic. Get it in a case or get it in a sleeve and get him to sign that. Because I don't know, some collectors don't like it, some collectors do. So yeah, put it in a sleeve, put it in a protective casing, put it in something. That's what I would suggest. What do you guys reckon in the chat? That's a good question because I know that a lot of people completely different. I know, but Funko Pops, I know that funnily enough, if they're signed by the person, apparently it devalues them. But if it's in the case, apparently it puts the value up. So you guys tell me. I don't know. All my Simon Furman ones are just the actual comics, but that's because they're not rare comics. They're just actual things. Records, I've got loads of signed records. I'd love to sit down and talk to you for an hour or two. I didn't get an hour or two. I only got an hour with him, but everybody else was asking him questions. That could be a good idea. But the funny thing is, whoever's just mentioned Bob there now, I wouldn't say he hates talking about Transformers. That's a complete fib. But DJ Lucky Luke got back from home with the comic book storage and finished reading issue. Ah, good. I've got mine there ready to read. What was I saying? His memory is. Oh no, not here. They're all at work, Darren. I'm going to do that, but they're not here. They're at work. What was I saying? Yeah, his knowledge or his memory rather is rather sketchy because I asked him a question, which you'll see, which is coming up soon. And like like he says when he wrote them, he didn't think they'd be anywhere near as big as what they are. And when he did write them, it was just such a obviously all the profiles and all that sort of thing. It was all such a whirlwind that he can't remember it all, which is obviously completely true. They're 40 plus years ago, etc. And he doesn't actually remember that much of it, bless him, which is what he was saying. And that's not just because of his age or nothing. It's just because, again, if you think of how many other things that he's written since. Yeah, we've talked about that, DJ, but we'll come back to it in a minute. We've been going an hour and a half nearly already, so but yeah, so it's great to talk to, but if you want to start asking him specific things, he doesn't really remember, which again you'll see in the interview when we put it up. It goes live at TF UK Con first, and then it'll go up. I'll put a link to it on this channel, etc. Yeah, that's it. And you can get to see that then, which was good. But it was just a really great experience. I'll try to track down the Sleepwalker. I better remember that character. Let's see. You might do. You might do. But all your comics, again, your covers are different, your issues are different. I think there's only 7. How many issues were there in the US? How many issues in total was there? Because there's 332 in the UK. So there's way more. Your comics were thicker but smaller, whereas ours were bigger. but thinner. They're only 24 pages. Yeah, they'll be really good. They will be really good. The Constructicons are going to be fantastic. The package refreshes are just genius, and I think it proves that they listened to on the Instagram posts from Mark Maher and from BMAC, where they actually put brilliant for everybody who's missed out. There's not many that I think now, is there? I mean, a few people are asking for Titans Return. No Action Force for me. No. What about Superior? Got to wait at least a year for that. The first issues of the Epic Universe. Which one's the Epic Universe? I also brought this small comic that introduces Devi as well. No way. Epic Universe. Every time I hear that, I just keep thinking of Universal Studios' new park, which opens next year. There's loads. Epic Universe. There's too much. There's way too much. With the leaks, it's amazing. The leaks we've got until mid next year, so you've got 18 months worth of leaks. The Prime figures Hasbro's making G1 is happy for sure. Yeah, I mean everybody said that G1s are going to miss out because of the Legacy Wave 1, but no, it's the 86 line which will be the one. The new G1 line, obviously, well, the new main line for G1 will be 86, Studio Series 86, because the United, there's too many others. There's RID, there's all the other ones, Cyberverse. I mean, there's even Rescue Bots. There's going to be another Rescue Bots, isn't it? Protector Bots, I bet they're struggling with that Fung Boy, and the reason why I reckon they're struggling is because of Groove. Because obviously, if they're going to do it properly, how are they going to do that? If you think about it, they did it with Combiner Wars. They had to make a new character. What was that? Cyril Weetabix. Yeah, Weetabix. I always have Weetabix. I still have it now. I still have it every day. If you think about it, as I say, going back to the Protector Bots, they can't really do it. Why Groove? Because everything scales nowadays, and a motorbike doesn't scale. A teeny little motorbike doesn't scale on a combiner anymore, does it? That's why they did it with Combiner Wars. They had to completely make up Rook because it just doesn't go. But it did in G1 when size didn't matter and scale didn't matter. Nobody batted an eyelid to it. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's cool," but like nowadays, you'll get people who'll be like, "You can't do that," which is what you get all the time. That's why Groove had to be that little thing instead of a full limb. So that's what the problem will be. I can pretty much guarantee it already. And my childhood is making return with the main line. I had a little. This one doesn't scale with it. No, he doesn't. Neither does. It scales better though, doesn't he? Swindle scales better than Thingy. I was talking about Rescue Bots then, wasn't I? Yeah, Thingy Boulder, whatever he is. Boulder's coming in, I think. He didn't do bad as a chess piece, to be honest, did he? I'm looking at Combiner Wars 1 there, to be honest. I never did a breakdown of Beach Cover like that. A few years later, he could have been a headmaster or so. Come on, Windcharger, you must have known that. You're not. Ooh, I've got to show him now. I don't normally do this, but I've got to show. Oh no, I can't get to it. Let me see if I can get to it. Right, I'm just grabbing this, guys. You keep showing. See, this is that's what Defensor should look like. There's Groove, the motorbike that's bigger than the police car and bigger than a helicopter. Yeah, it did. But yeah, that's why I think there's no word on the Protector Bots just yet, because it's just too hard for them to decide what they're going to do. Yeah, they did. I've got that on this one here. And that was only because loads of people kicked off. Everybody was like, no, we want to go on. Yeah, I've got him. I've got a couple of them. Sealed ones, normal. Groove scales better streetwise than Swindle does with any of the other ones. Simon, I'm completely with you on this, but I'm really intrigued and I'm wondering. Obviously, with Motormaster, they used the trailer as the cage. I wonder how they're going to do that with Silverbolt, or whether he'll have to have telescopic arms or legs or something. He's going to have to, isn't he? I wouldn't know. That's the other thing. Everybody wants a proper broadside as well. Hopefully, but then how will he scale with the rest? Because his robot's not very big, is it? You see this, Russ, do you think the purple chest arms for Devi are going to be plugins? No idea, to be honest. That's a good question. Volcanicus Dinobots is combined, I mean, doesn't... I didn't like them combined. It's weird. If you're talking G1, I don't want the Dinobots to combine at all. If you're talking nowadays, I don't mind them. But if you're talking G1 figures, no, definitely not. Can't call the Irish Skeletons in the robot. People don't like to hear that G1 made some glaring mistakes. Yeah, they made loads. He will be. Going back to the Devastator, I hope that they manage to get it pretty much very, very little kibble. I hope that they manage to get it so you can just build it up properly, because that's pretty much, I prefer them than the parts formers. Why are some Constructicons? I think it's just to do with the size of them, obviously. Deluxe and boys, and G1 Broadside look like a knockoff. G1 Broadside was very, very basic, completely basic, for what he was. Right, what time is it now? It's 4 minutes after midnight. So yeah, because this was only an impromptu one, I'm going to do about another 5 minutes, guys. Sorry to cut it pretty short, but it's nearly midnight over here. And I've got I say pretty short, we've been going 90 minutes. My little boys, football tomorrow. Yeah, that's a good shout on Silver. I can't wait to see how they do it, especially with it. Yeah, that's the things. It is. It's going to be interesting to see how they do it. And I think, I don't know, because obviously he had an exoskeleton, or apparently they copied that, very similar to another third-party company, which I don't really know about. I'm ready for... I've got work in the morning. I'm ready for dinner as it is. Good. These lovely... I could literally talk for hours on these, though, so maybe I need to do... I'll give everybody enough notice last time. Then you'll hate Titan's Return Broadside. Do you know what? Titan Return Broadside, I've still not even transformed. That was one of the times, or before that, soccer. Yeah, soccer, football. Nice to get to chat with you and your other watchers, Russ. I'm glad you jumped in, buddy. There's usually quite a few more than this. This is really quiet. But again, because it was sort of last minute, so I'll give everybody at least a week's notice before I do the next one. And then we'll get, and of course it'll be the draw for the channel members as well to win another figure. Titan Broadside shell format, same. I enjoyed my time here. It's nice that you guys jumped in. I really appreciate it. As I say, I just felt that we needed to do this because there's so much that's been leaked this week. So I also believe as well that Hasbro are going to be doing weekly fan streams. So that'll be interesting. So March is going to be insane. So expect, thanks Eastman. Expect loads more live streams. I'll do some watch alongs. Yeah, it's football. I'll do more live streams. I'll do some watch alongs. I will do loads of things. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys jumping in. Yes, the deluxe. I said that at the beginning, Pathosis. I said it's obviously with Venom confirmed this morning. That's all of them now. So with the ones that come out with the Mayhem Squad, and then with Venom this morning in next year's lineup, that is all of them confirmed, which is brilliant. So it's a great day for transfer. It is. I just want to be really cheeky, guys, and say anybody left in the chat, smash that like button for me, because that will help me out. I have his body, not his head. So yeah, anybody who's left in the chat, just hit that like button while we're on here. If time is up, it pretty much is DJ Lucky, so I'm going to very quickly now. Whilst everybody's going, they're all putting their thumbs up. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you jumping on. Again, don't forget, guys, if you are in the UK and you go into the NEC, that's in 5 weeks, so I'll be seeing people there as well. So huge thank you to everybody who just jumped on this. It was great. I'll speak to you all yeah, in a couple of weeks. Sorry for everybody who missed the beginning part and that, but again, let's leave me some comments and I'll get back to you guys as soon as we can. Thanks, Simon. Cheers, man. The NEC is in the UK. Pete will be there as well. Pete will be there. I don't even know how to end this. See, this is how useless I am. And it's not even going as an outtake. NEC in the UK. I'll put more details about that up on the chat right now. Take care, guys.